Hello YouTube and welcome to my unboxing slash first impressions of the Yeti microphone from Blue. As a side note, the microphone is about 1.5 feet away from my mouth. It is in the cardioid pattern and everything else is on default. So the gain is in the middle, the volume, the headphone volume, everything is default. So I pretty much just plugged it in and now I'm recording. Let's start with the looks of the microphone. The microphone looks gorgeous, especially with the iMac because of the silver and the aluminum, and it just looks awesome. Hardware-wise, it is large, and right now it's right in front of my monitor, so it's cutting off a piece of my monitor. That could be solved by moving the microphone closer to your mouth, but I don't wanna sound distorted, and I haven't read any manuals or anything like that, so might as well go with a safe choice of putting it far away from my mouth. It is also heavy, and I think it's heavy because you don't want to move it around, so it's heavy. The knobs were not the best quality. I'm talking about the volume knob, the gain knob at the back, and maybe even the pattern selection knobs. They were not at the best quality. I was kind of disappointed by that. I did like that they gave me a 6 foot long, maybe a 7 foot long USB cord, which is a plus. I wonder if you can hear the sirens going off in the streets. Anyway. Wow, what a timing. Setup. The iMac and the Blue microphone, they were really easy to set up. You just plug it in, and I went to system preferences. That's the first thing I thought of. I haven't read any manuals so far. I went to the system preferences, I went to the audio, and I found an input tab, and I selected the Blue microphone. As for the QuickTime player I'm using right now, I'm using QuickTime to record from the iSight. As for the QuickTime, there's a little arrow that you can press, and you can choose what your audio input will be, and I just chose Yeti. So in that sense, it was easy. There were no drivers that I had to install, and it was very, very easy to use. Now, as for the controls and the little parts of the Yeti microphone, there is a multi-pattern selection at the... Oh man, somebody is dead outside right now. Bummer. There is a multi-pattern selection at the back. You can choose between stereo, cardioid, omnidirectional, and bidirectional. Cardioid is what I'm using right now, so it records whatever's in front of the mic. Omnidirectional records everything in the room, so 360 degrees, and bidirectional records the front and the back of the mic, which is good for recording interviews. There are also screws onto the side of the microphone, so you can detach it from the mount, and there is a threaded pattern at the bottom, so you can put it on top a microphone stand. There is a mute button at the front, which if you press it, it will start blinking. There's a red light will start blinking telling you it's muted, and when you press it again, the red light stays solid telling you that the microphone is on. There is a headphone volume knob at the front, which is used with the headphones that you can plug into the microphone so that you don't have a delay. And I did check it out and there was no delay. There is a USB connection at the very, very bottom. That's what you use to connect it to your computer. And there is a gain control at the back, which I will play around in a future date. But that is all for my unboxing and my first impressions of the Blue microphone. I will make a whole lot more videos comparing the iMac microphone, the Blue microphone when it comes default, and maybe when I tinker with it, I play around with it. I'd also check out the microphone that came with this camera that I use, this very old camera. And pretty much every single microphone that I can think of, I will make a comparison between all of them.